The most emotional things are cold, hard facts.
The idea was that the southern Slavs would not remain weak, divided people.
This idea has been a thorn in the eye of many empires and world powers.
The story of a country that is no more.
Yugoslavia was a different case because it had established its own form of a socialist model of economic activity.
It was considered to be a success story of market socialism.
Sad koljemo kaškom za cipele I to zajeđalom.
Umrijeće u pustoši svog mrtvog srca.
In 1984, while the eyes of the world were pointed at Sarajevo, the Reagan administration was specifically targeting the Yugoslav economy in a secret memo.
It triggers a whole series of other initiatives, most of which are not published.
The National Endowment for Democracy is, just as we've been told, more than bipartisan.
The National Endowment for Democracy also controls and pays for the Center for International Private Enterprise, which in turn funded the G17. Who were the G17?
These places, like the Balkans and the rest of Eastern Europe, were not supposed to be colleagues and equals.
But by creating conflict, they continued to justify a large U.S. military presence in Europe.
To intervene, the Americans needed to make it clear who they had to intervene against.
The Serbs started this war. The Serbs are the original cause of the war.
They are the complete aggressors and wrongdoers.
This is a standard propaganda, you understand?
Bankrupted.
Impoverished the population through these sweeping IMF reforms.
Dismantled.
Mike Habib told me his jaw just hit the floor.
Occupied.
Operation Storm, which was an American-inspired by some of my colleagues.
Colonized.
Rather than trying to colonize the unsettled areas of the world, I mean, just create a mess and then fix it.
What really happened to Yugoslavia?
Only the journalists who towed the line, those guys excel.
A Boris Maligursky film.
When civilians died, they called them collateral damages.
The weight of chains.
Kosovo still remains a colony.
Da li smatrate da kosovska vlada može da donese neke odluke koje nisu u saglasnosti sa Amerikancima, recimo?
Ne može.
Zbog čega?
Ne može. Amerika je Amerika.
This was democracy.